All right, good morning. Welcome to our Monday morning mindfulness. In the chat there, I just put in the Venmo and PayPal information. If this calls to you, just optional donation for our practice today. Actually, let me go ahead and open up that blind behind me. I apologize for the eyesore of this air conditioning, but we don't have air conditioning here and it's been very hot. So that's why I put this decorative cover over the ugly unit. so yeah, this is our, I think this is our sixth or seventh time together here. Every week I offer a new theme for our practice. I always recommend, even if just for a few minutes every morning, to quietly sit and set some intentions for your day and your week, your month ahead, even for a season. And the purpose of this guided meditation is to help you do that and try to help you build your own practice going forward. So, a couple things to note before we get started. I have a little cover around me. It's kind of my meditation blanket that I always wear. I'm also sitting on a cushion. I have this meditation cushion, but if you don't have one, you can always sit on a couple of folded blankets or a pillow if it helps you sit up taller. Typically we want to be sitting, but if you prefer to lay down, that's also fine. As long as you're consciously aware of your breath and your body and you're not falling asleep. So with that, find your comfortable position. And if it feels good, close the eyes or just soften them on one spot ahead or below. The hands can rest alongside the body, or if you're sitting, palms face down in the lap. And just bring your awareness to your natural cadence of breath. Noticing how you are feeling this morning. Noticing the physical body. Noticing the mind. Just observe any thoughts that might be floating around. Things from your weekend. Things that might be coming up ahead for you this week. And then reel that all in with consciousness of the breath. So coming to this present moment by breathing in more deeply through the nostrils, sitting up taller through sitting, expanding the lungs. Wide mouth, side out. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Releasing anything, tension from sleep, stagnation. 2 more just like this. Feeling the shoulders relax, the eyebrows relax. Filling your body with prana or life force. As we set this tone together for our week. Now continue your deep breath just through the nostrils. Again, taking note of where in the body you feel the breath the most. Sending the breath all the way to the bottom of the belly. And today we're going to be focusing on this pretty common concept of gratitude. So gratitude and our yoga meditation practice go hand in hand. And rather than thinking of something that you're grateful for, I'm just going to say a few words here. If you'd like, you can place one hand upon the belly, one upon the heart. Breathe into the palms. Gratitude really will shift your psyche and your world. If you notice yourself anxiously anticipating a future that hasn't happened yet, gratitude will bring you back to the present moment. If you feel yourself desiring more, gratitude and acts of appreciation for all that you already have become like a super attractor to the things you want. So if you find yourself anxious or down, spend a bit more time than you think shifting your thoughts, feelings, and actions toward an appreciation of what you're grateful for. Give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. And then witness the magic of how your whole world shifts right before your eyes. We're just going to take a few moments here with our breath in stillness. Allow those words to reverberate in your mind's eye. And if you still have the hands on the heart and the belly, now you can begin to bring your awareness to something that you are grateful for. And if you already have a gratitude practice, maybe think of something new and different, maybe something even really small. Maybe you had an interaction this past weekend unexpectedly that brought you even just a moment of joy. Maybe you connected with something in nature that made you feel more grounded and present. Just anything that's calling to you, bring your awareness, think about how this event, object, person makes you feel. And then hold that in your mind's eye. Another thing to note here is that we've just entered Leo season. So the sun is in the sign of Leo the next few weeks. And Leo is a fire sign. The chakra that this fire sign relates to is our heart center, which aligns with this gratitude that we're manifesting for ourselves. feel your heart space blooming like a flower. And with this open heart, you feel this pure joy of being in the present moment. In experiencing this present moment, we surrender control, release tightness, create warmth with increased blood flow. And at the end of the day, with all of this, we experience effortless self-compassion. So we'll sit here in silence just for a couple more minutes. Notice everything that's happening. You can notice the sounds around you, the temperature of the air, any scent in the air, taste in your mouth, and what you see with your third eye wide open. Just a few more breaths here. Gently, you can release the hands and blink the eyes open. Okay, so hopefully you have a little bit of space around you. We're going to do a little bit of movement here to help open up through our heart center. And typically, when you hear the term heart opener in yoga, a lot of practitioners will provide back bends, deep back bends to help open up the space in the front body. However, today we're going to be working on opening all parts all around. So back bends, a little bit of forward folds, and side bends as well to help open up this space. So if you have a mat, go ahead and sit on there. If you have your feet, your meditation cushion, or a couple folded blankets, you can place them off to the side. Just find a comfortable cross-legged position. So if you've been sitting cross-legged, maybe bring the opposite leg in front to even out the hips. Good, sit up nice and tall. We're going to start by interlacing the fingers, and we're going to flip the palms ahead of us. So we're going to press the palms forward, elbows straighten, and we'll round the back. So separate the shoulder blades away from each other behind you, tuck the chin, but try not to collapse forward all the way. You still want to keep the chest pressing forward, but we're rounding the upper back. So breathe into the space here for a moment. And the space between the shoulder blades and the spine, the space behind the neck. And you're looking down towards your heart space. One more breath here. And now as you inhale, keep the interlacing fingers as you lift up, look up, deep breath. And now you can tilt the hips forward, a little bit of a back bend as you try as much as you can to bring the biceps alongside the ears. Keep trying to press the pinkies back as you look up, taking another deep breath in, now feeling it in the front body. Full breath out. We try to keep this nostril breathing as we practice here. And one more breath. Now, as you exhale, you can release the hands. We're going to twist over to the right. So right hand plants behind you, left hand around the opposite thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Easy, gentle twist here as you exhale. Try to look for the wall behind you. And so guiding the spine in a full twist, but not forcing anything. Breathing in to sit up taller. Breathing out, just twist just a little bit more. Try to relax the arms. Relax your grip. Now with your next inhale, unwind, reach the arms up overhead as you look forward. Exhale, twist to the other direction. So left hand behind the hips, right hand around the thigh, nice and tall. Exhale, find your twist, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Even look to the left to give the eyeballs a little exercise. And try to keep the chin slightly lifted. We don't want to collapse the chin down here. Couple more breaths. On an exhale, we'll come back to center, interlace the fingers once more, flip the palms. We're going to connect our movement to breath. So as we exhale, press forward, round the spine. This time you can round the spine a little bit more, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale to lift and look up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, interlace the fingers to round, straighten the arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist to the left. We're trying not to rush the movements here. We're just working with our own breath. Exhaling to press forward and round. Inhale to extend the spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. Inhale to come to center. Exhale, press forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, other side. Inhale to center. We're going to go one more time in each direction. So just move with your own breath. Flow here. Just waking up the spine gently. After hopefully a good night's sleep. Which, by the way, daily meditation practice really does help with the quality of sleep. And we'll end with an exhale, palms to heart center. And we're going to come to a standing now. Adjust my camera here a bit. So we're going to start in our Tadasana. So I'm going to actually point the camera back down to my feet so you could see they're about hip width distance apart, all 10 toes pointing as forward as they can. And you're at the top of your mat if you are standing on a mat. If you're not, that's okay too, just in your space. So you have some distance between the feet, between the legs. Lift up with the thighs. So we're squeezing through the kneecaps. We're engaging through the belly. Chest is proud, looking straight ahead as the arms come down. So palms are facing forward. The shoulders down. Glutes are just slightly engaged. And we're looking straight ahead. So come back to your breath. Once you're in this strong, powerful mountain pose, take a couple of deep breaths in and out, feeling the connection of the ground beneath you. The expansiveness of the sky above. Now with your next inhale, let's sweep the arms out and up to the sky, palms facing one another as you look up. Option for a little bit of a back bend here. So you'll press the hips forward as the thumbs reach back, maybe even lifting the chin. So if you have any neck issues, just keep looking forward here. But if the neck feels good, just allow the crown to drop back behind you. You're going to stop at the point if you feel any extra compression in the lower back, the lumbar spine. Maybe lift up a little bit higher. You don't want to go down as far. Pausing here, breathing through the heart space. And now as we exhale, look forward, cactus the arms. So squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Elbows can come down lower than the shoulders. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, cactus arms. And inhale to rise. Let's do that one more time. Exhale. Spread the fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, palms facing away from one another. We're going to swan dive, hinging from the hips, coming all the way down to a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as you'd like here. So the hamstrings, the calves are probably feeling pretty tight. So we'll just take this opportunity to open up through the back body. So you can pedal out the knees, alternating bending into one knee and the other. If you still feel that your hands are floating, I'd like you to make some connection here. So if you have maybe a couple of books, yoga blocks are really nice here. You can place your hands on that support. But I do want you to feel some connection, even if it's just the fingertips. Allow the crown to reach down strongly and feel that opening all the way up through the glute muscles, into the low back, all the way into the back of the neck. So again, once you're ready, you can come back to center. Keep the knees generously bent. The belly can be resting on the thighs. An option to grab opposite elbows, ragdolling here, hanging heavy with the upper body. You can also interlace the fingers behind the head if that helps you release the neck a little bit more. And again, you can find some movement or stillness, but I invite you to come to center in your stillness. Breathe into the space in the back body. Really focusing on that heart space behind the upper back. If it feels good, you can shake the head side to side. Inhale. Exhale, plant the palms back down towards the mat, the floor, your support. And now we'll bring the toes to touch. Keep the heels slightly separate. We're going to sweep the arms up, hips down and back, finding a chair pose. So sit nice and low. The arms are reaching up high. And hug the biceps, snuggle the biceps in towards the ears. As the palms face one another. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Belly in towards the spine, navel towards spine. Heart is expansive. Holding for 3. Sitting a little lower for 2. Exhale, forward fold. You can separate the toes. And this time, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more. Option to reach the arms around the knees and try to grab opposite elbows. And this will definitely deepen your forward fold. Good. Holding here for 3 more breaths. No tension in the neck. And 1 more breath. You can release the arms back down to the mat. And we're going to slowly make our way to a child's pose. So we're going to end in a child's pose on the mat or your space. Knees are about hip width distance. Toes to touch. And if you have any knee issues, you can place a folded blanket behind the knees. And then we'll walk the hands forward, allowing the forehead to rest down. And the shoulders to release down towards the earth. And you can just sway the hips side to side here gently. Maybe rock the head side to side for a third eye massage. And then once you come back to center, return to your breath. Expanding through the back body as you inhale. Feeling the support and the grounding of the earth as you exhale. Maybe even offering gratitude for that support, for this breath. Just a few more breaths here. And then very slowly, you can lift the head and chest. Walk the hands back. And return to your comfortable seat. That concludes our practice this morning. Thank you so much for joining.